Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kirby, I'm a mobile mechanic. This is my weekly vlog and I just share with you the ups and downs, the ins and outs of what goes on in a mobile mechanic business. Things don't always go to plan. Welcome to the car trade where there's always something to go wrong. And then we also do some basic maintenance. We've got some projects on the go and yeah, hopefully if you're new here watching this, you find this sort of thing interesting and hopefully a little bit entertaining, a little bit informative. So stick around and let's get started for the week. Right, and the first job we've got on is this Audi A3, which needs a timing belt and it's got quite a severe oil leak. Now he drove this car down to me last week just for me to have a quick look. And yeah, there was oil everywhere and I told him not to drive it. He drove it home and he did get it recovered back to me. So there's a lot of oil and I said I'd have to take the timing belt cover off just to check if the oil's gone on to the timing belt. But he said timing belt's due soon, so get that done at the same time. So that's what we're going to do, get that all done today. And one criticism of the last couple of weeks' vlogs has been, it's been quite a bit of a chatty vlog with not too much mechanical work. So we're going to try and rectify that this week. Right, let's get into it. Right, so with the engine cover off, you can see just how much oil has been in and around here. And look, it's all up there. It's even gone splattered all down the wheel arch, all down the car. It's been, I dread to think what it's going to look like underneath. Oh look, he's got a bit of a buckled alloy there. So to get to the timing belt cover, there's just a few bits that we've got to remove first. Coolant bottle, fuel filter, housing, a few pipes, and then we can fold that sort of all the way out the way. Got to get this cover off as well, so maybe that might not be the best option. Sometimes you just think about these things whirling around in your head. Right, let's just get started anyway. Let's get this off. Right, that's that out of the way. I've just taken a Torx 30 bolt out from here that holds these pipes on. And this has definitely been off before because normally there's a metal plate up here. And that's missing. They weren't clipped in. So it's definitely been off before, which shouldn't be a problem. The easiest way to get these covers out normally is to take this exhaust temperature sensor out. That's the cover off, and on initial inspection, that cover has done a good job of keeping that belt dry. Even though you can see all the oil sort of down there, that part, that has kept that relatively dry, luckily. Wheel arch trims out, under trays off, and then we can see just how bad this oil leak has been. It is everywhere under here. Wow. I mean, just look how, so that's dry. Just soaked in oil. Just thought I'd show you whilst I'm turning this engine over to get all the timing marks back in. There is oil and, yeah, basically oil on that belt. So it has been getting on there somewhere. So, yeah, glad we're doing it. I don't know how many actual mechanics or mechanically, sorry for the quick spin there, but how many mechanically minded people watch my channel, so, or if there's someone that just doesn't know anything about cars, but maybe some reason you're weird and you like my content. When you're doing a timing belt, everything has to be timed up and then locked in place on most engines. So let me show you this one. You've got a pin down here which goes through a hole, and then you won't be able to see, but it basically locks into the head. And then on this side, you've got a hole. You see that hole right at the back? So that is meant to line up with these little teeth at the back as well. You see that little prong? So that's miles off, that's the fuel pump. And then down at the bottom, So you see the little mark on that pulley? That is meant to line up with the mark on the cover. Now that's not necessarily what you go off. There is actually a locking tool once that cover is off, but you get it there or thereabouts. So yeah, this belt's been done before, and either the belt is stretched or it's not been timed up properly. There we go. That pin is in, that pin is in. The tool down there is in, so it just locks up against the crank. Right, I haven't really got too much further because at just before 12 o'clock, I had someone come and have a look at the Porsche Cayman S that I've got for sale. So obviously looked around it, test drove it, let him have a look at it some more, and then he decided that he liked it. He liked the way it drives, likes the colour. The only thing he said he wasn't sure on was the interior colour, which was a bit of a grey. Well, it is grey. But he did say, oh, actually, it doesn't really bother me whilst I'm driving. So I was like, okay. So I said, you like it enough to buy it? He was like, yeah, I think so. And then he was like, I'm just going to go have a look at another one, a silver one. He's driven over an hour, probably an hour and a half to get here. And he's going to go have a look at a silver one 5 minutes from his house. Same price, same mileage. I don't know. I had someone turn up yesterday or Sunday. It's now Tuesday after the bank holiday Monday, in case I haven't mentioned that. Young lad, he wanted it as a bit of a road trip car. He's planning a road trip. Again, he liked it. Had a grin on his face the whole test drive. But again, he wanted to think about it. That's the problem, I think, selling cars that are, not 2, 3, 4, 5 grand. People can spend that sort of money and go, if I don't like it, I'll sell it. But I've got this up for 12 grand, so yeah. But anyway, so that's an hour, and then I've gone and got lunch as well. So it's an hour and 45 minutes gone. So I need to crack on with this. Just going to get the water pump out, let that all drain out, and then I'm going to take the cam cover off whilst all of this is off, just in case there's any oil or fuel that drips down on this sort of area. I think that'd be best bet. Right, new water pump is in just to stop that from dripping. Although it did make a bit of a mess. So I had my drainer under there with a foam mat, and it was just sort of underneath the sump. So I thought, yeah, that'll catch it all. But what it was doing, it was trickling just down the inside of this foam, and then I could hear a drip, and it was all dripping out there as well. With all that out of the way, I'm going to I'm going to tackle the cam cover. So we've got these fuel rail pipes to come off, injectors obviously to come off. I think I should be able to get to everything over there, maybe a couple of brackets there, this pipe here, and then hopefully these injectors come out quite nicely as well, as soon as they're all soaked in oil. Right, one sort of thing I'd have to address is sometimes when people watch this weekly vlog, one of the complaints is I don't show enough mechanical work, which is fine. That is everybody's opinion. But like I've said before, filming comes second and getting the work done comes first. However, there's also something else to consider, which is, there's 8 hours of work being done a day roughly. Now filming all of that and then editing it, I'd hate to think how long it takes, because it already takes me forever to get a video edited, one of these weekly ones anyway. So yeah, that's another reason why I don't film absolutely everything. Also, my memory card would be full. Those memory cards are about 60 quid each, I'm sure. Yeah, the battery on my cameras wouldn't last very long. They go down quick enough as it is. So yeah, it's quite a lot to do. Not that I'm complaining, because I do enjoy it. even if I do get these injectors out today, I'm not sure I'm gonna get the injector seals delivered in time because I did order it from GSF, but they weren't coming in till 12:30 today, and GSF isn't anywhere near my unit. So I'm not sure I'm going to get them today. I have tried a few other places. Okie dokie, as you can see, that's everything removed out of the way, apart from the injectors and this hose here. The pipes that go here, I've just got them laid out here, and as you can see, hopefully I've marked 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 1 2, and then just one mark on that one, and I've put them up the way that they come out because you can get them mixed up. So that's just a quick little tip. So let's get these bolts out and see if these injectors come out very easy. All right, that's the bolts out. Let's see if we've got any movement in there. Just any movement whatsoever. That one's a bit side to side. That one's a little bit. Yeah, I think they should come. A little bit of a wiggle. Obviously, you don't want to lean on the plastic. Come on. Gently does it. Let's get a block of wood just on there. There we go. So just spreading the load on the top of the cam cover there. That's those two out. Voila. Handy bit of wood that. Right, just some Torx 30s and that should come off. Right, let's have a look at these seals. See how hard they are and brittle. These ones that go through the injectors feel quite hard. This is the old one, this is the new one. Look how floppy, but look how rigid this one is. So, yeah, it's not doing its job. There we go, that's one. 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the car trade, where there's always something to go wrong. Right, let me show you this cam cover gasket. Right, this is the old one. Pay close attention to here, where it goes round the bolts that hold it in. And this is the new one. So these don't fit down that tiny little gap. There's a small gap here. If you look at the thickness of that, yeah, slight difference, but doesn't fit. I've tried to force it in there, but it's not going in. Woo, sweet. Right, gonna leave it here for the day. Timing belt is back on. Obviously can't get the cam cover gaskets for a couple of days, so I'll be back here Friday probably. I was going to start work on the Polo, or finish off the Polo, but I can't be bothered. I'm knackered, and that's the joys of being self-employed. You do what you like to a certain extent. Yeah, I don't know, does anybody else's dog sleep on the bed? Because we've got into a bad habit of this, and I'm bloody knackered. Dog kept on poking me in the ribs, waking me up. So yeah, that's me done for the day. And I've been very hot and sweaty today, but I think things are going to change tomorrow because it's about to get wet. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow on the first wet job. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Getting messed up with the bank holiday. First job, just a set of pads. Probably could have done with discs. They're a little bit of a lip round the edge, but it's a new customer, and I said, does it need discs as well? No, it's fine, which they probably will just be fine. So obviously everything's cleaned up, pads are moving nice and free. Just about to push the piston back. I've already got the computer on it to wind back the piston or the handbrake in this electric motor. So there's obviously your normal piston here, and then this is your electric motor that puts your handbrake on. You've got to get the computer to retract that so you can push the piston back. Now I was a little bit worried because I've come across Volvos before, maybe just slightly newer ones. This is a 2020 plate where you need a secure gateway, it's called, or a computer that has a secure gateway. Basically what that means is some of these manufacturers now, they're locking the car to their own diagnostic software, so you can't use aftermarket diagnostic machines unless you spend thousands of pounds. And that is even to do things like read fault codes, reset service lights. There are ways around it. You can get different leads for the lower end diagnostic machines that you have to unplug the gateway and it sort of bypasses it. But yeah, they're just wanting you to spend money. There's even some brands, I think Renault, that make you buy tokens. I'm not sure, there might be others, but yeah, they're making you buy tokens, so that token, I believe, will only work on that car and or that VIN, and it'll only work for 24 hours. That's what I think. So yeah, it's getting that way. It's getting expensive, but luckily I could get the old top done on this and it retracted it. So yeah, nearly done. Just got to do the other side. I thought I'd share that little bit of information with you. Right, brakes are done. We're on to this little Vauxhall Corsa now. And we've only got washer fluid coming out of this nozzle. So I'm going to take all of this off and see if we can see. She did say there was a puddle of fluid on the floor. But it looks kind of dry in there. Let's get all of this off and have a look. Alright, all I've done is disconnect the hose. Let's see. Great. So it is just going to be that nozzle all blocked up. See if we can get that off and clean it off. Right, I've decided I can get a bit of hose on there, get the compressor out, get some air up there. Oh, can you see that? Right, moment of truth. Get that in there. There we go, it just needs a bit of an adjustment. Right, last job of the day. Nissan Juke for a starter motor, and I say it's the last job of the day. It's a nice, easy, quick day because I've got, as some of you know, I'm starting a mentoring program for other mechanics wanting to start a mobile mechanic business, and I've got 2 Zoom calls today for people that are really keen. So hopefully get them signed up and on board. So yeah, it'll be a easy, quick day for me. But this starter motor is buried, absolutely buried down here. I'm not sure if it comes out from the top or the bottom. I can't see it right now, but it does sit up just there. There's a coolant pipe in the way. So I don't know whether to strip some stuff up here and see if we can see it. That might be a better option. This is about to get very bad. It is raining. The rain has come. I've got no shelter. Oh, I can't even put the canopy up. I don't think it's going to stop raining for a week as of now. Waterproofs it is. Oh dear. I wish this was an easier starter motor to do. Oh no. I can see above the houses there. You can't see it up on here, but it is blowing the rain sideways. Right, I don't know if this is the correct way to do it. Well, it stopped raining for a start. But I'm going to come and attack it from above. So it's loose now, I've got all the bolts off, but trying to get to the wiring down there, like with all this crap in the way. So I've disconnected 2 coolant lines, and I can see it a lot better now. So there's just a couple of electrical connectors that I've got to undo there, and then I can get to the back of the starter motor where the bolts or the nuts are that hold the power cables on. After a bit of a struggle, here we go, one starter motor. Yeah, they're not the easiest to do, bit fiddly, but look at this. What's with the plastic housing on it? It's so unnecessary. And then the loom comes from this way, and the ring that sort of goes around this is a fixed point in the loom, so there's very little wiggle room to get that off. That was just crap as well. This dowel, I think, has stayed in the gearbox, so I'm gonna have a look at getting that out, or I might just take this one out. Right, we're done. Just in time for the weather to take a turn. But it's all back together. You're not gonna see it down there. Let's see if the AA or RAC, whoever diagnosed it correctly. She's running. Service lights on. Might get a little service out of this as well. Right, let's let that run, because we've had the coolant off. All the coolant lines off. Right, that's me done for the day. Yeah, so it probably, if I was to do another one, probably wouldn't be that bad, because once you've done a job once, you sort of, you know what angles to get bolts at and things like that, and you know which way to attack it. Whereas the first time you do something, you're like, oh, should I do it like that? And I'm a procrastinator. So I'll look at it and I'll look at that bolt and go, should I do it like that? Or should I do it like that? Or maybe I do it like that. Oh, I don't know, maybe I do it the first way. And then by the time you know it, you know, 2 minutes have passed and you've not done anything. Luckily, got away with getting too wet. It did start to rain halfway through, as you saw, but that soon died down. And a lot of people say, oh, I'd hate to be a mobile mechanic. Oh, you're working outside in the rain all the time and all of this. You find if you're outside every single day of the year, you realise it doesn't rain as much as you think it does, or as heavy as you think it does. It's really not that bad. I've been doing this now 5 years, self-employed. I was on the AA for 3 years before that. So for 8 years, I've worked outside working on cars. And coming from somebody that absolutely hates the rain, like even the slightest drop getting on me boils my blood. I don't like it. If I can do it, I'm sure anybody else can do it. Good day. Now I'm just going to go set up for this little Zoom call with two mechanics that want to get started, and have me and my friend mentor them, and that includes setting up the business, you know, what you need, you know, it's just a complete guide of leaving your job, being efficient and profitable straight away. In one sense, it's not difficult, but also there's a lot of things you can get wrong early on, which, you know, I'm sure you can do it. Luckily, when I started, I was basically forced into starting mobile, and I got given a caddy van by my dad, which was a great little van for a startup, and I had savings from when I worked for the AA, so I had a bit of wiggle room. If there was a few quiet days, I think back now, for at least the first 6 months, if I had that sort of workload now, I'd be worried. I'd be very worried. So it's not until you get going, you learn things. So yeah, this is all the sort of info we want to pass on and help people be profitable from day one. So yeah, if you're interested, you know, if you're already a mobile mechanic, you just started up and you're thinking, bloody hell, I'm not quite earning as much as I think I was here, or we can help. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Right, it's Thursday on this Qashqai. Came here a few weeks ago for a DPF clean, but the reason it was clogged up is this pipe here is split, so I've done a temporary measure, used some loom tape, and then underneath this is some Kraken tape which you use to repair coolant hoses, and that has actually lasted quite well. But here to replace it, real easy clip there. I think there's a bolt down here, and then there's the same clip down the bottom. Right, on to the next job now, which is this little Golf 1.4. we got a timing belt on it. Now, I've done one of these last week on the channel, so I won't go too far into filming this one because you've pretty much seen it all before. But the one thing, as I was pressing the doorbell, I've gone, oh, I'm not sure if I've got the locking tool for the cam on the van. So basically just have to strip all of this down and then just see what tool goes into this pulley here which runs the water pump. So just going to take all of this off and have a quick look. Well, any chance of me beating the rain today is gone. I mean, look at that bright sunshine, but just like yesterday, I think it's going to absolutely tip it down at about 1 o'clock, which I could have been close to finishing this, I reckon. But all this side's stripped down, and this is the gear wheel with the little belt on that runs the water pump. You see this little hole here? So the tool here, as you've seen in last week's video, goes in here. There's a little notch there, and then on the other tool you've got just a single pin that goes through there. So yeah, this one isn't going to work, so I'm going to have to go to the unit and get the other one. Right, back from the unit, and this is the tool that I need. So we've got a little cutout there. One of these pins goes through there. Let's show you. Right, there you go. So see those little notches in that cam there? That bit locks into there, and then that bit locks into there. And I think we're probably not too far from it being at the right position. As long as this cylinder one is at top dead center, I think we're almost there. But yeah, I'm just gonna crack on and smash this out. I won't film too much. Like I said, I sort of done one last week, so if you're not subscribed, you do miss stuff. So that'd be a good time now. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's get cracking. Right, belt is off. The customer was concerned at the state of the belt. I mean, don't know where it's gonna pick up on camera here. But yeah, it's looking a little bit worn. It's not too bad. Another day, another bit of rain. I'm literally finished. All I've got to do is put this tensioner back on, put the drive belt back on, under tray wheel, that's it. So if I hadn't wasted 55 minutes going back to the unit, I would have missed this rain. Oh, that's annoying. So yeah, I'm just going to wait in the van. Just hopefully let this just settle just for 5 minutes, and then I can get out there, shove these on, and then get up the unit. So yeah, we've got to finish off that timing belt with the cam cover gasket. So I'm going to go finish that today. 2 o'clock now, so got plenty of time. Excellent. We'll just forget about that for now. Cool, what an afternoon. As you can see, I'm up the unit. Sun's out now, but it has been absolutely hammering it down all afternoon. So I came back here to finish off the Audi timing belt and cam cover gasket, which I done, put it all together. I hadn't quite finished the timing belt from Tuesday. Yeah, came back up here, hadn't quite finished from Tuesday. Finished off that. I mean, all the timing was done. It just had a few brackets and stuff to put back. Started it up, all good. And about 3 seconds in, this horrible noise just came on. I switched it off quickly, took the cover off, couldn't see anything out of place. Nothing was loose. Checked all the bolts and the timing tensioner bolts and everything. Nothing was out of place anyway. And then turned it off, turned it back on, the noise went, and then it was just running a bit lumpy. So I was like, oh, that's annoying. But then I remembered there was a vacuum pipe over in this corner that I'd removed from the cam cover. And even after that, it was still not running right. And I thought, oh, there was no codes in the system. So, you know, I thought, could it be slightly out of time? I mean, somehow it could have been. I used all the right locking tools. But I locked it all back up again, got the timing tools in there, and sure enough, yeah, timing was slightly out. Now, the fuel pump, I think as I might have showed it earlier in the video, there's two prongs like that, and they sit between a hole. Now, this bottom prong was broken. Whoever's been in there last has obviously broke it. Now, the pulley naturally wants to turn that way on the cam, but the problem is I needed it to stay there and the locking tool just weren't doing it. So yeah, retimed it up, held the pulley in place where it should be, timed it all back up, it's fine. So yeah, that's all done now. And then I stayed to tidy my van because it was a mess. I mean, it's a damn sight better now. But it was an absolute mess where yesterday, obviously the rain threw everything in there. Today, everything went in there. So it's been a bit of a mad couple of days, or a bit of an untidy couple of days, to be honest. You're never very efficient when you're untidy, so I thought I'm just going to stay a bit later, get that done. Anyway, I'll stop waffling now. Tomorrow is Friday. A few bits and bobs on. I'm probably back up here to finish off the Polo, get that engine in, because that needs to be sold and earn some money, because I've got other projects I want to buy. Not that the missus is too happy with me, but here we are. There'll be other projects gone soon, I promise. And I might even be working Saturday, so even though this is a short week, it might turn into a normal week. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, finally. I would say finally. It's been a short week, but I've already been out this morning, got a little bit wet, it absolutely chucked it down, but one of my customers needed his front pads and discs doing desperately. So on his Transit, so just done those and a service. I would have liked to film the discs, because there's probably some of you that don't realise what goes into changing discs on Transits. They're not difficult, they're just slightly different to your normal discs where you've got to separate the hub. But yeah, it was just chucking it down. I was trying to get it done as quickly as possible. So yeah, just on my way to another job that I went out to a couple of weeks ago. You might remember my customer, she got driven into by a young lad on a moped and just dented in the bumper. Right, I'm not quite sure where I left off that because my SD card run out of memory, but Nissan Qashqai. We've got windscreen wipers, or the washers, not working properly. So they were coming out a bit pathetically, but I've taken the nozzle off and they're still not really coming out. Yeah, not that you'd be able to tell, but this was hit with a moped. I came and heated up this bumper and pushed it out a little while back, but it's just that trim missing. Got two pumps here. Now I'm not quite sure which one's going to be. I think this one's going to be the back and this one's going to be the front. But just to test it, all you get to do is unplug this and see if it still works. Right, so pop the motor out and there didn't seem to be much blockages there. That's for the headlights, I realised. Yeah, there was no real blockages that came out of there. So I just put some air down each one of those. That seems fine. I'm just going to blow some air through these lines or back down this way from up there, just to make sure there's no blockages there, and then retest it. Right, moment of truth. Water's been put back in there. Just generally put that back in like that. Can't stand these Qashqai keyless things. But anyway. Right, that's it for the day. I was going to go up the unit and get going on that Polo, just get that finished off, but I am going up there tomorrow. I was always planning to go up there tomorrow. I've got my first remap as well for my dad on his S3, so I'm going to video that for you lot. Yeah, so come home early, spend a bit of time with Mrs. Curbside. We'll see you tomorrow. Saturday, and as you can see, I'm up the unit. You can tell by my squinty eyes it's quite sunny and bright out. So I didn't really want to come in today. I really couldn't be bothered, but I thought I need to just tackle a little bit of this Polo. So I've got in a little bit late. So I'm just building up everything that wasn't on this engine when it came. So it didn't have an alternator, it didn't have the catalytic converter. I'm going to swap out the coil packs and the plugs from the other engine because I know they was good. And one of the coil packs looked like this. So yeah, that one's going in the bin. And yeah, it's probably been sat around for a while. I don't know if you can see in there, but there's quite a lot of crap and debris in there. So I'm going to get that all cleaned out. Starter motor's got to go in, few coolant hoses, and then we can drop it back in. Right, engine's all built up, I think. So yeah, ready to push this thing in this engine bay now. One engine back in. And here we are, all back in. Looking like a car almost again. So there's just a few bits that I've got to put back on. And I was going to take this throttle body off actually because yeah, it's just been open to the elements. So I'm going to swap that out, get all the pipe work back in, and we'll see. And we're going to see if it actually runs, and it runs well. Could you imagine if this engine, after all the faffing about for such a cheap low-end car, it doesn't run right? I mean, I've probably jinxed myself now, but yeah. Hey ho, is what it is. At least I get a video out of it, eh? I tell you what, I'm very, very lucky this spare engine came with a gearbox. So I'll show you, I was just building it all back up. Came to put this gear selector back on, and there's a nut that holds it on just there, and for whatever reason I just gunned it up. It didn't feel tight, so I was just like, I'll just give that one more nip, and then I yeah, just totally. So this whole shift tower luckily come out of the old box, so that is now scrap. But at least I can continue with what I was doing. And we've got all gears, so yeah. Disaster averted. Let's try again with a bigger bar. Oh my god, oof, that is on there. Oh, please tell me that's grease someone's put on there. Take a look at this filter. I think that's just grease. Okay. Yeah, red rubber grease. Right, I think I might go for a very quick start. Put some oil in and yeah, go for a quick start and see how it sounds. Coil packs unplugged. Obviously no coolant lines. But yeah, we'll just spin it over and just yeah, see what it sounds like. Is that the battery flat? Could be a starter motor issue. Right, take two. Not what I wanted. Just do a quick bit of wiring checks. Right, quite annoyingly, so after that didn't start, I thought I was filming, and basically all I did was got this fly lead. So this end went into the starter motor, and then this end I powered up with the power probe, and the engine turned over. And really annoying, you didn't get to see the first start with me. But the engine turned over, I then plugged the coil packs back in, and then it sounded a little bit like this. I'll do it again, just for you guys. Obviously no coolant in it, so didn't want to run it up. But yeah, I was just saying, I'm gonna go have lunch now. My dad's coming up because I'm gonna remap his Audi S3, so that's my first remap. Yeah, and I'm gonna call that a great success for the afternoon. I didn't want to work too long or too hard, so yeah, happy with that. Right, here we are, we've got the S3 in. Got the battery support unit on. Always important to maintain the battery voltage. Got the auto tuner plugged in there. I've already finished this map now, so we should see about 380 brake horse from this. Right, let's make sure it starts. I haven't just killed the ECU. To oil inspection. So we'll take this for a little spin and see if we can notice any difference. Right, out on the road now. Bit wet all of a sudden.
Gear change is quicker as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can you feel the difference in that sort of almost straight away?
Yeah, it is more responsive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely better. Oh, that is so much better.
Yeah. Right, and there we go. And that is it for the week. Hope you've all enjoyed this week's episode. Hopefully, I'm trying to get a bit more mechanical work in there, bit of chatting, you know, bit of variation for you guys, because I know a couple of the weeks people have just gone, why are you talking so much? But yeah, finished off that remap, and I mean, yeah, as you can see, it's, well, probably can't see, but yeah, it made all of the difference. So thanks to the guys down at Mobile Eco Tuning. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a successful partnership, getting my files from them. Anyway, like I said, hope you've all enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Share it with a friend. And I'll see you on the next one.